Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm David Mathis. With a heavy heart, we obviously have heard of the passing of Luke Sandoe. I didn't know Luke very well. I've been a big fan of his for a long time, and I got the opportunity last week to interview him for my channel. Some of you guys may have seen that interview. If you haven't, I really highly suggest you go check that interview out. Luke was a special person. He took time and very excitingly took time to come onto my small channel. I reached out to him. He reached back out to me right away. That meant a lot to me that he was willing to give his time to come onto my channel and just talk to someone who's a fan of his. Luke had an amazing physique. He was an amazing bodybuilder. But getting to know him a little bit, you just really understand how good of a guy he was. We see it on the podcast. We see it, we see his personality all around, but Luke was a very genuine guy. We spent a lot of time off camera before and after the interview and corresponding back and forth talking, and he was genuinely excited to just come on and talk bodybuilding, and we got into so much more in the interview. I learned a lot about him that I didn't even know. We talked about his kids. He loved his kids. So proud of them. We talked about his upbringing in bodybuilding, how he got started. We talked about, his future, his aspiration, his goals. Luke loved life, from what I gathered. This is a very tragic time, and I just wanted to make this video not for any other reason except to express my thanks to him for taking time and coming onto my channel and talking to me, someone who's a huge fan of his. That meant a lot, and that just shows the type of person that Luke was. There really are no words right now, right? I mean, if you're watching this video, you're probably a big fan of Luke yourself, and I'm sure that you're hurting just as well. Pretty much the last thing I said to Luke before we got off our Zoom call, it was off camera, it was off recording, it's just him and I, and we were talking, and I asked him, because I live here in Tampa, I said, are you thinking about doing the Tampa Pro this year if they have it? And he's like, I don't know, maybe, we'll see. I said, well, I promise you this, brother. If you come and do it, you got a place to stay. I live 20 minutes from the venue. And he was excited. He was like, yeah, thank you, man. I might take you up on that. Now we all know Luke. Luke's such a nice guy. Whether or not he meant it or not, that's not the point. The point was that he was genuinely himself, and he went out of his way to make others feel better and to make them feel wanted and appreciated. And whether or not he would have come to Tampa, whether or not we would have got to train and then, he stay here before the show, who knows? But I do know that we stayed in touch, and we talked a couple more times through message after that video over the last week. And I really wish that we at least had the opportunity to see. The world lost a great bodybuilder. So much potential. He was going to be a multiple Mr. Olympia, no doubt in my mind. But the world also lost a really great guy. 2 kids lost a really great father. My heart goes out to his kids, to his training partners, James Hollingshead. I just don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I'm sure a lot of you guys are hurting as well. His other training partner, who is no longer there, but in the States, Ben Chow, to Fuad, to everybody that was close, Chris Aceto, to everybody that was close to him. My condolences go out to you guys, his family, his friends, especially his kids, and to all you fans, okay? I was just at the beginning of the relationship of starting to get to know Luke, and it was one that I wish could have flourished. could have grown, but I will always appreciate the time that he gave me, little nobody, to come onto my channel and talk to me because I love bodybuilding and I was a fan of his. That will always mean a lot to me, and that will always, always show me what kind of a man Luke Sandoe is. I know Fuad and Ben Chow have set up a GoFundMe for Luke's children. Please go head over there and donate, please. 2020 has been a shitty year so far. A lot of bad things happening. And this is just another one in the long line of them. But Luke, thank you for allowing me to talk to one of my bodybuilding idols, someone that I really look up to right now in the sport. Not only for the way that you built your physique, but for the way you carry yourself, man. If anybody's out there hurting, we don't know what happened, right? There's obviously all these speculations. And I just will say this. If anybody's out there dealing with mental health, and I've dealt with it very, very, in a deep, very dark place for many years of my life. And Luke and I talked about that a little bit. Please seek help, okay? Please seek help. And for those of you who might think that, someone around you is suffering, please reach out to them. It's not always easy to spot. A lot of times it's hidden. But voice up, all right? It's a very tragic thing. My heart goes out to Luke's family, his kids, his friends, his training partners, the whole bodybuilding community. We didn't only just lose a great bodybuilder, we lost a great guy and a great ambassador for the sport. Luke, I appreciate you, brother. Always be a big fan of yours, and will always respect you and admire you for the time you gave me. If you guys are watching this, please head over, go support the GoFundMe page for his kids. You'll be missed, Luke. You'll be missed, man.